Today, Team New India Junction has brought you all to Hansraj College Delhi University to a Y20 India Talks, a special program by the Y20 India Engagement Group, and they have invited special panelists here to do the brainstorming session on future of the industry 4.0, 21st century skills, and so on. Come join us in this journey. At Hansraj College, we just attended the Y20 India Talks, the brainstorming session on Industry 4.0, and much more. One of the guest speakers is with us today, Shehzad Poonawala ji, and we would like to know your thoughts, sir, on how Y20 India can boost G20.
You see, G20, to make its agenda successful, it needs to engage the youth. And therefore, it has an official platform called the Y20. And in India, Y20 India can play a very important role because the G20 India Presidency essentially has 3 or 4 agendas that we want to take forward with the world. One is the fact that this country has seen a digital transformation, a digital revolution under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And the drivers of this transformation and revolution are the youth, the way they've adapted and adopted the technology, new technology especially. Second, the agenda is climate change. The entire world is grappling with it. And once again in India too, we've seen a new focused commitment towards climate change, whether it's Prime Minister's Panchamrit or whether it's the LIFE initiative, whether it's changing our usage to non-fossil fuel energy. Once again, innovation, once again, youth-led progress in this entire area is very important. And thirdly is the empowerment of various sections that have taken place. And there too, the youth are driving the change in India. And therefore, Y20 India becomes a platform to create these ambassadors from all parts of the country to take this agenda forward, to talk to the world, to converse, to have discussions and dialogues, and to impart, just like Swami Vivekananda had gone and imparted India's knowledge to the world at Chicago. They can all become a little Swami Vivekananda in their own right and impart the knowledge that we have gained in the last few years and take it to the world.
Keeping the spirit of youth alive. Sir, on that note, I would also like to ask you that Y20 India, the movement, is very youth-centric, right? And how do you want to tell the youth to participate and use this opportunity to showcase India to the world?
You see, India in the last few years has now attained a new place in the global order. Despite the fact that we had 2 challenges, the COVID pandemic, and despite the fact that there was a Ukraine-Russia crisis, both of them affected our supply chains, it disrupted the global economy, but India emerged through that stronger, and that has happened because of the participation of the youth. Today, the world is saying that India's economy is a bright spot in a dark global recession-filled atmosphere. Today, people are saying that India can lead the world when it comes to playing a role in global conciliation and peace. The Prime Minister's leadership, India's leadership is being sought between Ukraine and Russia. So the Indian youth have a very important position to take the idea of India. And what is the idea of India? Vasudev Kutumbakam. One earth, one family. India is the only civilization which has never gone and been aggressive, expansionist, conquered any other land, or tried to inhibit anybody else's rights. We are the center of global peace, right from Mahatma Gandhi to the kind of message of peace from Buddha. We have advocated the policy of Buddha, not Yudh. And these policies, these principles which are inherent to the Indian youth can be a brand ambassador, and therefore, today, what the Prime Minister and the government has done is that they said, let us not make G20 a boring ivory tower kind of program that will happen only in some big hotel or conference room in Delhi. Today, G20 is happening in all parts of the country. 200 plus meetings in 56 locations. The infrastructure meeting took place in my city, Pune. Many other meetings are taking place across the country. And the reason for this is that all the people from different states can highlight their state's achievements. They can talk about their cultural legacy and heritage. They can take their own experiences. And this entire movement can be broad-based. It can become a Jan Bhagidari. And in this Jan Bhagidari, Yuva Bhagidari is the most important. And therefore, I exhort everyone who is watching New India Junction, that without New India, G20's India presidency is incomplete. And therefore, whether it's through New India Junction or through Y20 India, become a part of this entire movement And this will be a movement not just for India's progress, for making India a superpower, but for ensuring that the entire world benefits from the message of India.
Now let's hear what is the vision of Y20 from the special coordinator for Y20, Priyank Chauhan ji.
So Y20 is the official youth engagement group for G20. But what is special about Y20 India is that we are trying to fulfill the mandate of G20 India. We are special in the sense that we will use India's diversity, India's vibrant democracy and India's civilizational history to empower Indian youth across the length and breadth of the country to say and do new things to lead the world on youth-centric issues. This is our widest mandate and this is what we are working on.
Now let's hear from some students what they think about Y20 India initiative.
Since 2014, we have seen major development when it comes to our international relations. Today, we are a recognized country. Our leader, the country's leader, the Prime Minister, is a recognized face. A recognized face that every student, not just in India, but abroad, every country you go, that brings pride to the students that are studying abroad. That is constantly promoting the culture of not just education outside India, but education inside India. The entire infrastructure development that is taking place in the pace of that infrastructure development is beyond commendable, is at a pace that no other country in the entire world. And we have students who are hungry for it. We have students who are hungry for it. And that brings me nothing but absolute pride. And I think that is, all that is just going to become, even more grand in a big way because of the G20 Youth Summit.
एक्चुअली अगर देखा जाए तो अभी यूथ की पॉपुलेशन इंडिया में सबसे ज़्यादा है और अभी फीमेल स्टूडेंट्स ही बढ़ रही हैं. अगर हम लोग दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की बात करते हैं तो 50% यहाँ पे गर्ल्स की क्राउड होगी और बहुत सारे ऐसे कॉलेजेस भी हैं जहाँ पे जो सिर्फ गर्ल्स कॉलेज हैं. और अगर ऐसे Y20 के इवेंट्स होते रहें तो उनको और भी जानकारी होगी कि वो लोग और भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे कैसे जा सकते हैं, कैसे अगर किसी का बिजनेस आइडिया भी है तो उसको कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं और कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं इंडिया की डेवलपमेंट में. तो एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा मेजर रोल रहेगा विमेंस का, क्योंकि अगर अभी देखा जाए तो गवर्नमेंट में भी विमेन पार्टिसिपेशन बढ़ती जा रही है, पहले के मुकाबले अभी ज़्यादा होती जा रही है. तो Y20 एक बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म रहेगा जो लड़कियों के लिए उनको और मौका देगा कि ऐसी चीज़ों में वो पार्टिसिपेट कर सकें.
G20 has a huge canvas and Y20 has almost all those points that are going to be discussed in other verticals, if I'm right, because youth has everything. And this is the age where they get involved and they evolve. With this involvement, they will evolve into something. And the young ideas are something that we all look for. The young minds work in a different tangent. तो वो tangent को पकड़ लेंगे.
India being a youthful nation and without having concrete discussions on the lines of the Y20, we can't have something very concrete and substantial that India could offer to the world. So I think today we have jointly organized a panel discussion on the future of work, that how we could be navigating the industry 4.0. We look forward to having more such engagements and discussions in order to promote the grand vision of India's G20, since the Honorable Prime Minister has already given a clarion call of making G20 a Jan Andolan, a people's G20. So we are working on it and we hope for considerable outcomes in the days and the years to come.
So that was Y20 India Talks at Hansraj College Delhi University for you. For more such Y20 engagement group events and other events across cities of India, stay tuned to New India Junction. That's your host Divya Singh Sharma signing off.